Good morning, folks. I know we have the same question in mind as Ian Sarmiento. Olive and their cute daughter Alicia were spotted together in an adorable family moment in Bali, Indonesia. Are we hearing wedding bells soon? This family had truly touched the lives of many. They struggled to be together, but hey, in the end, bad did not prevail. Tumaas ang sulok ng bibig ni Rina as she watched the news. Bad talaga. Hoy! Binatukan siya ni Lea. Aray! Reklamo niyang binalingan ang kaibigang kakapanganak lang. Ano bang problema mo? Bigla-bigla ka na lang nananakit. Nanunood ka na naman yan. Inagaw nito sa kanya ang remote, at pinatay ang TV. It's not like alam kong ibabalita yon. I'm watching the news. Not them, kaila niya. Who are you kidding? You saw it on the headlines. But instead of turning the TV off, hinintay mo talaga ang balita sa mga Sarmiento. Of course not. You're too assuming. She rolled her eyes. Rina, wag ako. Di mo ako maloloko. She suppressed a smile. Kilalang kilala na siya ni Lea. 3 months na. Hindi maisip ni Rina kung paano siya nag-survive na wala sina Ian at Alicia sa buhay niya. Hindi na sila nakapag-usap pa ni Ian noon, dahil sinamantala niyang busy ito kay Alicia. Para ring sinadyang wag na siyang pigilan, dahil napakaluwag ng bantay. So ayun nga, nakaalis siya nang walang kabi-aberya. Dumiretso siya sa apartment niya, at nag-hibernate ng 2 weeks. Noong maubos na ang luha niya, at mukha na siyang tuyong zombie, saka siya nagpas siyang wag munang mawala. She fixed herself and hoped to restart her life. One that did not include her beloved daughter nor Ian Sarmiento. Strangely though, nawala na ang mga balita tungkol sa walang hanggang pagmamahalan nina Ian at Olive, at ng babaeng kontrabida na si Rina. It was as if nothing happened in the first place. Maybe finally, Ian already did some damage control. Her life was surprisingly back to normal. And she did not mean the normal, where she had Alicia, but the normal where she doesn't get flocked by the media, whenever she's out in public. She got her job back. But she would miss the 11 a.m. call from Ate Yoli, na magsasabi sa kanya na nas-ando na nito si Alicia sa school. Namimiss niya yung magmamadali siyang umuwi, para makita na ang anak niyang napakabait. She missed everything about Alicia, pero wala naman siyang magawa. On the 2nd month, hindi na siya nakatiis na hindi makumusta ang kalagayan ng anak niya. She knew it was cruel to just ask for Eli's condition, 2 months after she broke her little heart. But she didn't do it just to hurt Eli. Ginawa niya iyon para protektahan din ang sarili niya, and keep her sanity intact. Baka kasi kapag nalaman niyang hindi ito okay, baka magpakaano na lang siya sa paninisi sa sarili niya. She would never forgive herself, that's for sure. Sa madaling sabi, she started reconnecting with a certain person, na nagpapatago sa pangalang Paul, rinagiggled at the thought. Sabi ni Paul, matagal na nitong hinihintay na kontakin niya ito. Somehow, the bodyguard sensed na ito ang kukontakin niya, kapag nag-survive siyang dinababaliw sa kabila ng mga pinagdaanan niya. Since then, he would secretly feed her exclusive news about the happenings in Eli's life. At syempre kahit hindi niya tinatanong, pinapasimplehan siya nito ng update sa mga latest naman kay Ian. Eli started schooling again. But instead of Olive, Yaya ang kasama nito sa school. Ayaw raw ni Olive na naghihintay lang, habang nasa school ang anak nito. Sinabi ni Paul na hindi naman nagalit si Eli kay Olive. They act as mother and daughter, pero cold daw ang bata sa ina nito. When Rina heard about it, gusto niyang kunin si Alicia pero again, wala siyang magawa. At si Ian naman, several weeks ago ay nakipagkita ito kina Adam at Benjamin. Paul wasn't able to give her details, dahil hindi naman ito kasali sa meeting. Besides, Ian was reserved and silent kapag pamilya na nito ang usapan. In short, walang may chismis si Paul sa kanya. But Rina felt happy about the progress. Bago siya umalis noon, she scribbled her final words for him, at iniwan iyon sa ibabaw ng kama niya. That was, visit your dad, not I love you nor goodbye. Hindi niya alam kung nabasa nito iyon, because it took him a month and 2 weeks after she left, bago ito nakipagkita sa ama nito. So, maybe he wasn't able to read it. Fast forward to present, ang bali trip ng mga ito ang first time na laman ulit ng news ang tatlo. So technically, iyon ang first time na makikita niya sila ulit. Tama si Leah, she saw it first on the headlines, at hinintay niya talaga ang balita, bago ito nakialam at pinatay ang TV. I just missed Alicia, mahina niyang sabi. I actually remember noong bagong pang-anak pa lang siya ni Olive, parang si Bethany ngayon, sinulyapan niya ang natutulog nitong baby sa tabi nito. Rina, hinawakan siya nito sa braso. I've told you many times, go and visit Eli. Sa Bali, she faked a grin. Ewan ko sayo, irap nito. Leah, they're already happy. Nakita mo naman, nasa family vacation sila. I'm not ruining that again. You didn't ruin anything in the first place, Rina. You see, move on na silang lahat. I just hope, mapatawad ako ni Eli sa tamang panahon. At ni Ian, for walking out of their lives just like how you did. Leah, Ian out of the question. Ilang beses ko bang uulitin sa'yo? Hindi affected si Ian ng ginawa ko. That's our agreement. Tinapos niya doon ang argumento niya. Dahil kung sasabihin pa niya ang nasa isip niya ngayon, hindi siya nito tatantanan. Because Rina was thinking that if she really mattered to Ian, he should have tried to contact her. But he didn't. Wala siyang reaksyon na nakuha. So, she figured na baka galit ito, or simply because she wasn't important. After all, hindi niya dinala si Alicia. Ang bata lang naman ang dahilan, kung bakit siya andun noon. In short, wala na siyang silbi kay Ian Sarmiento. And no matter how deep it wounded her heart, she chose to let it go. Alright, fine. Leah conceded. Sakto naman na pumasok sa private hospital suit nito sina Caleb at Seth. Nagpaalam na siya, tutal at may kasama na ito. Besides, mula nang mawalay si Eli sa kanya, hindi na niya matagalan ang makakita ng isang buo at masayang pamilya. Because it never failed to remind her of one thing: she could never have family, with specific people she wanted to be a part of Eli and Ian. Nasa lobby na siya ng ospital, at papalabas na sana nang matigilan siya. In front of her was the person who had been bugging her mind endlessly. Una, hindi siya makapaniwala. He's in Bali, right? But she couldn't be wrong. No way. It's Ian Sarmiento in full flesh. Bigla ang pagsalakay ng kaba sa dibdib niya, causing every fiber of her being to be numb. Kung isa siyang computer, malamang nag-shutdown na ng kusa ang buong sistema niya. She wanted to run, pero mas mapapansin siya nito. Her mind failed to give her options. Sa huli, natagpuan niya ang sariling nakatayo lang, at di na makagalaw habang mistulang slow motion na papalapit ito mismo sa gawi niya. Rina stared almost wide-eyed at the mighty Ian Sarmiento as he walked past her. She was sure he saw her. Pero nilampasan lang siya nito, kahit sa mismong tabi niya ito dumaan. Feeling ni Rina nagmukha siyang multo o kaluluwa na invisible, at kulang na lang sa katawan mismo niya ito dumaan, at tumagos lang at kumpleto na ang pagiging Casper niya. Like seriously, hindi siya nakita ni Ian. But Rina could swear, he looked at her. Only that his eyes were void of any emotion. No sense of recognition. Just the plain unconcerned look someone gives to a random stranger on the street. Wala sila sa tuktok ng Mount Everest, but his eyes were so cold. Para siyang nakasalubong ng prinsipe ng niebe, at pinalamig ng presensya nito ang paligid. Perhaps the temperature fell way below freezing point. Rina found herself wrapping her arms around her, while tears threatened their way down her cheeks. 3 months. She spent almost every day thinking about him and Eli. Masakit lang malaman, that he didn't care the same way. Ian, asal niya nang makabawi sa pagkatulala, bago nagmamadaling nilingon ang direksyong pinuntahan nito. But to her surprise, walang bakas ni Ian Sarmiento sa paligid. She resisted the urge to look around, and search for him. For a while, Rina doubted herself if she really saw Ian, o dala lang ng kakaisip niya sa binata, kaya akala niya ay nakita niya ito. Nevertheless, she decided to inquire. Kasi kung totoong si Ian iyon, ano ang ginagawa nito sa ospital? Napatakbo siya sa information, nang maisip na baka may pasyente itong kasama sa loob. It could be Eli, for goodness sake. Nurse, panic mode ang peg niya, is there a patient here named Alicia Rodriguez? No I mean, Alicia Sarmiento. Sinabihan siya ng kausap, na titingnan nito sa record ang hinahanap niya. Habang naghihintay ay nagpapalinga-linga siya sa paligid, just in case na si Ian yun, she could easily spot his bodyguards. But no, she couldn't see anyone familiar. Ma'am, wala po tayong pasyente na Alicia Sarmiento. That relieved her. She murmured her thanks and left. Paranoid, Rina. Kausap niya sa sarili, Ian is in Bali with Olive and Eli, he couldn't be here. She calmed herself and walked out of the building. Rina smiled bitterly. Napatunayan niya sa sarili na miss na niya si Ian Sarmiento. It's not normal to see someone, when that same person is currently out of the country. Nice one, Rina. She was about to call a taxi, nang biglang may humila sa kanya papunta sa gilid ng ospital. On instinct, nagpumiglas siya. Rina, si Paul, it's me. Paul? Shocked me react niya. Yeah, why do you look like you've just seen a ghost? Tumingin ito sa direksyon ng ospital. Is it true na maraming multo sa mga ospital? He grinned. What are you doing here? She asked, then realization hit her. Kung andon si Paul, did that mean si Ian nga ang nakita niya? Ian in the building, tapos tiningnan siya nito ng mataman, you saw him. Mas lalong sumakit ang puso ni Rina. No, kaila niya, convincing herself that it was easier to deny that she saw him, than admit and accept na hindi siya nito pinansin, like he never knew her in the first place. Bakit ka pala andito? I visited Leah. She gave birth last night. Why is Ian here? I just saw him in the news at nasa Bali raw sila. Just to visit an important business partner, who got involved in a car crash. He shrugged. He flew back at once, nang malaman ang nangyari. Hey Rina, nakita mo siya, di ba? Tiningnan muna niya ito bago siya umamin. Hindi rin naman siya nito titigilan, kung patuloy siyang magsisinungaling. He didn't see me. He must be really preoccupied. Kasi ako nakita kita agad. Tumatango tanggang sabi nito. Paul, is Ian mad at me? I can't answer that. Ang alam ko lang, he didn't mention you again when you left. Marahan itong sagot, na tila tinitimbang pa muna ang mga sasabihin. He's mad, nagpigil siya ng luha. Rina, you shouldn't have left. Seryosong pahayag nito. I needed ta, giit niya. Hindi nila kailangan ng panggulong katulad ko. See, kung hindi ako umalis, hindi sana sila masaya ngayon. What made you think they're happy now? Well, ano nga ba? Rina, hindi ka dapat umalis noon. Dahil sa ginawa mo, you turned the people you love into cold human beings. Napatingin siya sa seryosong kausap. Then she remembered Ian cold eyes. Was Paul right? She's the one to blame for that. It's time to bring back the warmth, Rina. Hinawakan siya nito sa magkabilang balikat. Win them back. Hindi nakatulog si Rina. Kaya kinabukasan, dinaig pa niya ang puyat na panda, sa kitiman ng palibot ng mga mata niya. Paano, bukod sa hindi na nga siya nakatulog, sinabayan pa niya ng iyak. Rina napano ka. Siyempre napansin ng coworker niyang si Mia ang itsura niya. Puyat, simple niyang tugon. Oh siya, puyat na kung puyat. Kanina ka pa hinihintay ni boss. Andyan na siya. Sinipat niya ng tingin ang suot na wristwatch. Maaga pa siya ng 30 minutes. Oo, ang aga nga eh. Pinapahande niya ang conference room. Meeting daw tayo lahat. Talaga, bihirang mangyari na iipunin silang lahat para kausapin. Kaya sigurado si Rina na importante ang meeting na iyon. She proceeded to her boss office. Tatlong marahan at kalkuladong katok ang ginawa niya, bago niya narinig ang boses nito, na nagbibigay ng permisong pumasok siya. Nadatnan niya ang boss, na seryosong nakatanaw sa glass wall ng opisina nito. Seryosong tao si Mrs. Everett, but this time, may ibang level ng kaseryosohan sa mukha nito. Good morning boss, she greeted. Rina, she started, looking in her direction. Is everyone in the conference room already? Not yet, Ma'am. But Mia is making sure everyone knows you're holding a meeting at 8 a.m. Good, naupo ito sa upuan nito, and gestured her to sit as well. You've been my most trusted employee, Rina. So you deserve to know the problem prior to everyone. Humugat ito ng malalim na hininga, bago nagpatuloy. I sold the company. At gusto ng bagong may-ari na palitan lahat ang empleyado. What? For real? Rina wanted to ask. Biglaan. Paano na yan? She couldn't lose her job. I tried to bargain if he can keep you, Rina, even just you. Pero buo na ang desisyon niya na paalisin lahat, especially you. I could no longer do anything about it. I'm sorry. Especially her. Bakit? Sabi niya, if he would retain an employee, it wouldn't be someone who worked closely with me. I don't know what to do anymore. He has changed a lot. That boy, he's no longer the one I once treated like my own child. Parang gusto pa nitong maiyak, at lihim na nakadama ng galit si Rina sa taong tinutukoy nito. Who did he think he is? Na basta na lamang magtatanggal ng mga empleyado, na hindi dumadaan sa tamang proseso. I'm sorry. I know this is all too sudden. It's just that I couldn't continue managing the company anymore. My husband needs me. Her boss looked at her with tears in her eyes. First time na nakita ni Rina ang amo na ganun ka-vulnerable. He met with an accident the other day, and he's in a critical condition right now. I'm sorry, ma'am, sabi niya. Sa kalagayan nito parang hindi naman niya kayang sabihin na gawan ito ng paraan, na wag magtanggalan ng empleyado. We only have 1 month, before the new owner takes over. 1 month. Gustong maiyak ni Rina. Paano na silang lahat na umaasa lang sa kita nila sa kumpanyang iyon? Hindi madaling maghanap ng trabaho, that's for sure. As expected, lahat nagprotesta sa announcement ni Mrs. Everett. Kahit pa mabibigyan naman sila ng kaukulang bayad, mahirap pa rin sa kanila ang biglang pagkawala ng bread and butter nila. Baka naman po pwede naming kausapin ang bagong may-ari, sabi ni Mia na mangiyak-ngiyak na. Sinigundahan niyon ng marami. Tama, he might change his mind, ma'am. Baka kailangan lang niya kaming makilala, malaman na masisipag naman po kami. Mrs. Everett shook her head, at kay Rina tumingin. He isn't easily persuaded, sabi nito. I know that man. He gets what he wants. Pero ma'am, iniwanan na sila nito matapos mag-sorry ulit sa kanila. Akala ni Rina pag-uwi niya, pansamantalang mawawala sa isipan niya ang problema sa trabaho. Ang problema, pagka-uwi niya, may note siyang natanggap galing sa landlord niya. Ang sabi sa note, kailangan na niyang lumipat, dahil naibenta na ang apartment na tinutuluyan niya. Seriously, nabenta na naman. Opisina, bahay, ano pa? Frustrated na aniya sa isip. She couldn't afford to lose a job, and then lose a home at the same time. Ang lungkot-lungkot na nga ng buhay niya, for living alone. Tapos mawawalan pa siya ng bahay at trabaho. Ano na lang mangyayari sa kanya? She was lying helplessly on her bed, nang tawagan siya ni Mia. Rina, guess what I overheard? What? Hindi interesadong tanong niya, mas marami siyang kailangang isipin, kaysa sa chismis na sasabihin nito. Maaga siyang umuwi kanina dahil na-stress siya. Staying further in the office might trigger her depression. Mrs. Everett talking to the new owner through the telephone. Okay, that somehow got her interested. So, did he already change his mind? No, but I know someone who can convince him to change his mind. Really, nabuhayan siya ng loob at napabangon pa. Who? Can we talk to that person? Where do we find him? Sunod-sunod niyang tanong. Rina, relax, bahagya itong nag-atubili bago nagpatuloy. Actually, it's you. Me. What do you mean it's me? She was confused. Rina, listen. The new owner is Ian Sarmiento. What? Hindi makapaniwalang tanong niya. Si Ian Sarmiento ang bagong may-ari. That's why ikaw agad ang naisip ko. Rina, you're going to talk to him, right? Alam mong ikaw na lang ang pag-asa namin. Madami pang sinabi si Mia, pero naghang na ang utak niya. Ian Sarmiento bought Mrs. Everett's company. Why? Ian is in the hospitality industry. Mrs. Everett is in a small printing business. A small company in fact. Why would he acquire something na hindi naman related sa industriya nito? Rina shook her head in confusion. Her boss was referring to him as the boy she once treated as her own child. Yung malaki raw ang pinagbago. We tried to bargain if he can keep you, Rina, even just you. Pero buo na ang desisyon niya na paalisin lahat, especially you. Parang sutil na umuulit-ulit sa isipan niya ang sinabi ng boss niya kanina. At tila bawat katagang hindi niya pinansin, habang sinasabi nito iyon kanina, ay parang matatalim na bagay naman ngayon na humihiwa sa puso niya. Ian wanted everyone to leave the company, including her, especially her. And for sure, it wasn't for the reason that she had worked closely with Mrs. Everett. It was because of something else. Maybe because she was Rina, and he's extremely mad at her. Rina found herself burying her face in her pillow, while crying alone. Ian's image at the hospital kept flashing in her memory. The way his cold eyes looked at her, as if he didn't know her. The way he ignored her, as if she never existed. You turned the people you love into cold human beings. Totoo ba? May kinalaman nga ba siya sa pagbabago ni Ian? But he was already ruthless in business, even before they met each other. She couldn't be the reason why he's being inconsiderate. But Ian was not a bad person. He's a nice guy. Alam ni Rina yun. Ian allowed her to see the good part of him. That good side of him, na naabuso ng mga taong mahal nito. Then it hit her. Ganun din ba ang ginawa niya? She took advantage of his kindness, when she walked out of his life 3 months ago, without them talking like he wanted. About it, it wasn't like sinama niya si Alicia. No, she left his daughter no matter how much it hurt her. So, wala itong dahilan para magalit sa kanya. Ian, asal niya sa pangalan nito. I'm sorry. Kinaumagahan, di pa man nakakaalis si Rina papasok sa trabaho, nang puntahan siya ng landlord niya. Rina, andito ka pa. Di mo ba nakuha ang sulat ko? Sir, nakuha ko po. Wala namang nakalagay doon na urgent, katwiran niya. Isa pa hindi pa ako bayad sa rent ko ngayong buwan, that might as well buy her more time. Hindi ito papayag na hindi siya makakabayad. Kalimutan mo na yun. Malaki ang binayad para sa apartment na ta. Ang importante umalis ka na, sabi nito. Rina, biruin mo, 5 beses na mas malaki sa totoong presyo nito ang binayad sa akin ni Ian Sarmiento. What? Gulat niyang bulalas. Ian Sarmiento. Again. O bakit gulat na gulat ka? Alam mo kung gaano kay Amon yung tao. Ang ipinagtataka ko lang, yung tindi ng kagustuhan niya na mapaalis ka rito. Hindi ba nagkaroon kayo ng relasyon ni Ian Sarmiento? Hindi po. Bakit mo pa kasi pinakawalan? Andun ka na eh. Alam mo Rina, hindi naman ako naniwala sa mga masasamang balita tungkol sa iyo noon. Mula sanggol si Alicia, dito na kayo tumira. Kahit minsan, hindi ko nakita na may Ian Sarmiento at Olive na bumisita sa bata. At kung dadalhin mo to sa korte, baka may chance ka pang makuha ulit ang anak mo. He might be right. She can sue Olive for so many grounds, and might even win. But Ian, he didn't have knowledge that he had a daughter. And the moment he learned about Eli, he willingly played the daddy role he was deprived of. In short, manalo man siya kay Olive, kay Ian hindi. Isali pa kung kasamang magdedesisyon ang pera sa magiging kustodiya Rina, sorry, pero kailangan mo na talagang umalis. Sir, bigyan mo naman ako ng oras, para maghanap ng lilipatan ko, emosyonal niyang hiling, bagamat wala na siyang naiintindihan. Nilamon na naman siya nang nalaman niya. It's Ian again. Now how could she believe na nagkataon lang ang lahat? It was clear as crystal. Gusto siyang paalisin ni Ian. He bought the apartment 5 times its true value, despite the fact na noon ay nil-8 nito iyon sa kawalan ng seguridad. Ian spent that much just to make sure she loses a home. And the company, he bought it just so she would lose her job. Pero bakit kailangan pang mandamay ng iba? Rina, you're going to talk to him, right? Alam mong ikaw na lang ang pag-asa namin. Talk to Ian. Is that even an option, para wag na itong mandamay? 3 months. Nanahimik ang binata, that Rina thought okay na ang lahat. Tapos ngayon, out of the blue, he would reappear in her life with the strong desire to destroy her. What did he want from her? Wala na sa kanya si Alicia. What could she probably give him so he would stop? Clueless, Rina can consider going back to her hometown, and forget about everything else. But doing that while innocent people suffer from losing their jobs, might not give her peace at all. On the other hand, maybe it's about time to face Ian Sarmiento again. Sa halip na pumasok sa trabaho, at intindihin ang turnover, Rina thought she could try talking to Ian. Hindi para sa sarili niya, kundi para sa mga mawawalan ng trabaho gaya niya, na hindi naman dapat. Kaya natagpuan niya ang sariling nasa ES Hotel, at nakikipagtalo sa assistant ni Ian, para makapagpa-appointment. Wala kasi ang sadya niya roon. Me. 1 month. Are you kidding? No ma'am. That is Mr. Sarmiento's next available schedule. You're lucky a client cancelled an appointment. That's the slot I'm giving you. If you don't want it, the next one will be in 2 months. 2 months. That's even worse. Miss Rodriguez, isinara ng may edad ng assistant ang appointment book na hawak nito, at tiningnan siya ng diretso sa mga mata. I won't lie. And tell you that I don't know you. In fact, I expected your visit here. Hindi ko lang inasahan na agad-agad. I underestimated your conscience. What do you mean? Why don't you forget all these formalities, and go directly to his house? Sa halip ay sagot nito sa kanya. Tama ito, naisip naman niya iyon. Pero ayaw niyang maging unprofessional. Isa pa ayaw niya mag-impose na welcome pa siya sa bahay ni Ian. Besides, Olive might see her. Pati na rin ni Alicia. I can't, mahinang sabi niya. Ne might get even mad, kapag doon ako nagpunta. Miss Rodriguez, you'll never know unless you give it a try. Ngumiti ito sa kanya na parang ina sa anak, Ian is so unpredictable. One moment he's mad, the next, he's sweet. So, it's worth the try Rina, she added, calling her by her first name like matagal na siya nitong kakilala. She nodded and said her thanks. She left the hotel unsure of what to do next.